In late August of 2012, I did 3 days of diving out of Jupiter, Florida with Emerald Charters and Scuba Works. The seas were pretty rough for much of the time because of the approaching tropical storm Isaac. Our goal was to observe the annual aggregation of Goliath Groupers that arrive near Jupiter every year at this time to spawn. Since we were diving relatively deep, we used an enhanced air mixture to extend our bottom time. Part of the preparation for the dives was to adjust our dive computers to reflect the oxygen content of the breathing gas so they could accurately calculate our available bottom time. As soon as we splashed and began to descend, we left the turbulence of the surface behind and headed for the Jupiter Wreck Treck, a group of 3 sunken vessels at a depth of about 100 feet, where the Goliaths like to hang out. As we approached the dive site, the first grouper appeared, and we had a chance to see how big these fish are. An adult Goliath can grow to over 8 feet in length and will typically weigh from 400 to 800 pounds. Soon we began to see more and more gliding effortlessly around us. Most had a greenish-gray mottled coloration, but like all groupers, Goliaths can change their appearance to blend in with their surroundings. We saw one strange one that had an entirely black face and somewhat lighter body color. This can occur if the fish has eye problems, because they adjust their pigmentation based on what they see visually. This one may need contacts. As we approached the first of the 3 wrecks, we could see giant groupers swimming in and out of the sunken vessel amidst a blizzard of small baitfish. The swirling baitfish surrounding the groupers was mesmerizing, and it seemed almost as if I was watching the whole scene through a kaleidoscope. Tapping a dive knife against a metal surface aroused the natural curiosity of the fish, so they would come out to see what was going on. I snuck behind a section of the deck so I could observe one of the fish. Being naturally curious, another came over to check me out. Groupers are capable of making loud drumming noises underwater. Sometimes the noise was so loud that it sent a shock wave through the water, startling me as well as the other groupers in the area. I took up a position on the deck of one of the wrecks and watched the fish through the ship's cabin. The sparkling galaxy of baitfish outside of the windows made it look as if I was on some sunken Starship Enterprise. Soon a large grouper came inside and took up a position at the bridge to serve as captain, much to the disappointment of another would-be commander. Better luck next time. Steady as she goes, Captain. I paused before ascending to observe a little bioluminescent jellyfish. It put on a nice light show for me before I had to return to the turbulent surface. All divers managed to get back aboard the boat with a minimum of bumps and bruises. Then we headed back to the dock before another band of squalls hit us. I said farewell to the groupers until next year when they assemble here again, and they attract their loyal following of divers who come to see them every year. I guess you'd call them groupies.